But it is my hope that in apologizing today, in acknowledging the past and asking for forgiveness, that as a country, we will continue to advance on the path of reconciliation together.
Now, Canada has already apologized to residential school survivors, but when Stephen Harper did so in 2008, he deliberately left out all of those people from Newfoundland and Labrador. Schools there had already been established before they were even a part of Canada. Yet, even now, some reject Trudeau's gesture. Yesterday, the Innu Nation said it would not be taking part in the ceremony, and still others have struggled to decide, is sorry really enough all these years later? Here's David Cochran with the heart of this story.
Nasty things happen to little children. They had to beat the heathen out of us. That's the words they used on me. You little heathen, we're going to make you white. Oh. Okay, let's do it.
You all right?
Yeah, got to do it.
What's going through your mind?
Just bad memories.
Jimmy Two Talk was brought to Northwest River in 1969 when he was just 9 years old. He ran away by the time he was 11.
I got tired of seeing the abuse, being abused on a weekly basis. You go and get your bath, come in, keep you quiet in the bathroom by put the damp, wet paste cloth in your mouth so you can so you couldn't scream.
Two Talk is ready to accept the Prime Minister's apology, to heal, to move on. But not everyone is. Toby Obed spearheaded the fight for this apology, and 2 days before the Prime Minister would apologize from this stage, Obed didn't know if he would accept it.
I'll be walking out that door.
You would walk out if you don't like what he says.
Yep. I will walk out that door.
Obed was taken to that school in Northwest River when he was just 3 years old. By the age of 6, he was fending off abusers and molesters.
The emotional abuse, mental abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse. I've been living with all that garbage for all these years.
After residential school, Obed went through a string of foster homes. By 16, he was an alcoholic. In his 20s, he passed out on a -50 night and lost both feet and his left hand to frostbite. He still drinks. He's tried to stop. He says he can't.
I ain't going to quit, don't want to quit. I'll quit when I'm ready. Until then, I'll keep drinking.
Toby's supporters today include Inuit national leader Natan Obed. Natan and Toby are cousins. Natan is the other older boy in this picture. Natan's father is one of more than 100 residential school survivors who died without ever hearing anybody say they were sorry. Another of many broken things left in need of repair.
Nothing can bring back his childhood. Nothing is going to take away the memories of abuse or I think the restlessness that he had throughout his whole life about who he was and how he fit into his community or even into society. But an apology to say that it was wrong, that he could internalize and identify with, I think would have been very meaningful.
Oh my God, this is it, Donna.
You're amazing. You did this.
Finally, the day is here. Toby has made it. That's a good sign. But in the minutes leading up to the ceremony, he leaves the auditorium. He isn't storming out. He's headed backstage to a narrow hallway for a private meeting.
No.
Excluded by one prime minister, embraced by another.
We're here together.
Yep. It's real. It's really, really happening.
It's really happening.
Finally, the ceremony begins, and the hundreds of other survivors in the auditorium get their moment of apology.
We are sorry for not apologizing sooner, for not righting this wrong before now.
That moment unlocks years of sadness before unleashing celebration. Then it was Toby Obed's moment of triumph. Dancing on prosthetic feet, his fight over, his doubt gone.
Because I come from a patient and forgiving culture, I think it is proper for us to accept the apology from the Government of Canada.
We got our apology.
From the audience, Jimmy Tutuck soaks it all in. 46 years after running away from that school, Tutuck has found peace and a home.
Darn proud to be Inuit, Labrador Inuit, and just as proud to be Canadian.
Toby Obed was part of the $50 million class action settlement negotiated with the government last year, and it included some pretty grim calculations. A person's payout changed depending on how often they were abused and how badly. Obed received the maximum compensation for abuse, $200,000.